Hello there folks, Kirk here with Kirk, Giordano Plastering. Today we are in beautiful San Jose. This fella emailed me photographs of this particular wall that he wanted to get fixed. And when I say fixed, he wants the texture to blend in. Now, when I looked at it on my computer, I knew right away why. And my wife was looking at it, she said, well baby, I can't see why he wants to get it done. It looks like it'll match to me. I said, here's what I see. My eye's a little bit more trained. They used to have a patch right here. And I could see this off of the computer, off of the screen. I said, now this patch didn't blend in with this patch. This is a 2030 finish. This track home area. We used to work track homes many years ago. I know what I'm looking at. So this is a 2030. It's done with a La Habra or Western. It's done with a 2030 material. That's medium. So anyway, they colored this and then they textured it. Here they put on the brown coat, and actually it's kind of hollow now that, I'm just here for the first time and I'm looking at it. It's wow, looks hollow to me, but it kind of concaves in here. But anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to color coat this entire wall. And when I say color coat, I'm just going to use a La Habra material. In order, the proper word would be skim coat. I'm going to skim coat this entire wall. So in order to prep this for a skim coat, I've got to either use my pressure washer here, which I brought, and take 5 minutes to pressure wash this wall, or I could use wire brush and scrape it for about 30 minutes. I'm going to pressure wash it a lot faster. Then once we get this wall prepped, this is painted, this is porous, sealed porous, so there'll be a different texture if I don't bond it all consistently. So I'm going to put Weldcrete. Weldcrete made by Larson's. It's just a bonding agent. See this green stuff? That's also a bonding agent. I don't know what brand because there's so many. I lose track. I can't keep up with how many bonding agents there are. But I prefer Weldcrete. It's just the one I use. It's well proven that it works. So after we prep this wall, we're going to apply Weldcrete. 1 coat of Weldcrete over this, diluted. 2 to 3 coats over this non-diluted. That'll give the suction very similar. So this doesn't suck up the skim coat, which if it did, it would change the texture. Then we're going to set this, and we're going to apply a skim coat over everything. We're going to take off some of these heavier things because the clinkers here on the skip, because our color coat, when we apply that, it'd be tough to float that in. We're going to spread it, float it in, and then give this gable wall a uniform texture. Kind of technical stuff, and I could see all this off of the computer, just like when I went to Google. It said this is 45 minutes away from my house. In fact, we're 2 hours away from my house, but we're kind of stay green. This fella emailed me, so I was able to look at it. I don't mind the 4-hour drive because I'm just here to do the job, not coming out here 4 hours and going home and wondering if I got the job. So I'll show you one last thing before we even get started. This wall here, again, looks mighty comfortable up there. I got everything I need on this truck here. This truck, I welded all this stuff to accommodate it. So I'm making one trip here, that's all, one trip. I got everything and then beyond what I need. This finish here, this is a brown coat, and the fella did a pretty nice job with this skip trowel finish. The thing is, this is all uniform, so it's not going to matter. They have actually quite a few different finishes here, but we won't go into that. This is uniform, so no, we're not going to color coat or apply a skim over this. We're only going to apply the skim here, because again, this fella realizes, if you can get a real good visual, this finish here is so different. I can look at it and say, man, if they painted this to here, it is going to be an incredible eyesore, because it just doesn't match. This, you can't match a Portland finish with a La Habra finish. Some guys are real good and they can get close, but there's no way I can't even get on the money. So we're going to go ahead and fix this for them. Alright guys, down from that nasty scaffolding. I can show you a little bit better what we're doing. I kind of like to stagger mine. I'm looking at what they have behind me, and they're going pretty much up and down. So, I mean, I can take it sideways a little bit, and sometimes I do, but I'll follow their pattern. I won't leave a straight line when I first start. I'll stagger it, and I'm coming into my own texture. I did this. You just keep going right around. And as far as that wall being off, man, when we were union, we've seen it 10 times worse, almost every house. They were off. If you know how to do a texture right, you can correct that kind of stuff. Can't correct it whereas if you take a straight edge, because you're still going to see it, but by eye you shouldn't see it. Okay guys, fun part, clean up, we're leaving. We gave the molds there a heavy float finish to match these molds. That's a heavy float finish. We were doing a heavy float finish anyhow in order to cover all the imperfections. This finish here is very, very forgiving. So a heavy finish on it. I was going to go with a 2030, but I ended up with a 1620 because it covered everything. This whole wall can be left like this forever. And, of course, they're going to paint it, but you'd never see that unless you put a rod up to it that it's a bit off. Anyhow, you guys, again, we're in San Jose, and do me a favor and email me pictures. It helps me stay green, meaning I don't have to drive way hours out of my way. We just come and do the job. My name is Kirk. I'm with Kirk Giordano Plastering. Jason, my son Dan. We're going to get out of here, and as usual, we'll see you guys on the next one.